welcome all. Just arrived at Roos Airport about an hour and a half ago. Met Paul from Ebro Fishing Dreams. Quick jog down, see the first sort of signs of the river, mate. What's the fishing like, is the honest question?
Down here, very poor at the moment. A lot of water coming through, a lot of cold water. Basically, I've been upriver for the last week with customers who were looking for catfish predominantly, but we had to go for carp to start with. Had quite a few carp, no signs of cats, so decided to move. New location, spent a couple of days, very difficult again, very big winds, had a small catfish and a small zander, not what we were looking for. Decided to move again, third move in 5 days, and found them at long last. Nothing big, we had cats up to £80, and that's where we're going to be heading with you boys. Yeah,
but as I said, there's some fantastic sort of accommodation and everything for people who want to stay and fish what we call the garden swim, literally just at the bottom of the garden, mate.
Yep, exactly. We've got a villa here that we rent out, private swimming pool, 2-bedroom villa, English TV. Also, we've got a mobile home down right next to the riverbank, which can accommodate 4 people. We have 3 of our own private swims, and yeah, and the fishing is second to none down here. Many catfish and carp. The carp are a smaller average size to where we go upriver, maybe in the 15 to 25 pound bracket, but loads of them. And the catfish, on average, you know, between 6 and 15 cats a day. Any sizes, they're ranging from £30 to over £200 now, but we get plenty of them.
So what's the where do you think we should start, basically? Judging by the way the river's been fishing, where do you think we should head off?
We're going to head upriver. We're going to head upriver. My experience tells me that the way the river is down here at the moment, it's going to be a waste of time here at the minute. So we're normally winter time. I spend upriver where the flow can be a lot slower. The water's usually a little bit warmer as well, and there's a lot more bigger fish at this time of the year. So that's where we're going to be heading. Yeah, as I say, I've just had 5 days up there. It wasn't great, but we found fish in the end, you know, which the customers were looking for catfish and we found them in the end, so that's where we're going to be heading.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe also say conditions are hard.
Very hard.
Not a lot coming out, so anything's going to be a bonus, but you know, as I said, the weather outside is a million miles away from what we've got back home. So it's a pleasure to be here, Paul, and as I said, Dave's in the background watching what we're doing as well, so you're going to be massively well looked after when you do come here. So one thing left for me, get in the van and get moving.
We're off.
Excellent. See you soon. As you can see, the conditions weren't exactly the best at river, with winds absolutely chucking down the valleys, bringing large snags down, which are actually picking up the rigs and dragging us into the margins. It wasn't going to be best suited for what we did. The great thing, obviously, having Paul on board and Mark is what all good sort of guides do, is they up sticks and move. So Scott and Paul jumped in and took a ride around and found this absolutely fantastic stunning bay that you can see here. Sheltered, it was about an hour and a half back downriver, but it had to happen, and that's where you find us now. So set up camp sort of just as dark was falling, and got the rods out and hope to catch our first Ebro carp.
Okay then folks, we're just taking a little break from the fishing. We're out in Scott Roast and Swim here. Scott's no stranger to the Ebro, we've been up many times before, so we're just going to ask Scott a few questions. Basically, past experience, biggest fish. So fire away Scott, so what sort of experiences you had on the Ebro?
We started off probably about 8 years ago. Went through a few different companies before we finally stumbled on Paul, Ebro Dreams. A few of the other companies was a bit tat, to be honest,
should we say,
tackle wise and things like that, and we struggled a bit, but then we finally found Paul, decent gear, decent guide, got onto the fish with him straight away, and we've 4 or 5 times every year since that.
That's brilliant. So what sort of sizes of fish have you been catching over those past couple of years?
Well, we've had one session in January where I think between 3 of us we had 1840s,
Really?
350s. So it was
Not a bad.
freezing cold, -8. Superb.
And also, I know Paul's into his cat fishing. So what sort of size cats have you had as well?
He loves his cats. If you like your cats, he's the man. We've had a lot of fish over 170, up to 180 odd. You know, it's
Really?
mental.
That's a big old moggy.
Oh, yeah.
And you quickly brushed over the gear. So what sort of gear can people expect to receive when they come for Ebro Fishing Dreams?
Well, you've got all the gear you need. You know, Shimano reels, 3.5 pound test curve rods, basically all your end tackle, unless you prefer something you want to bring your own. You know, you've got everything you need.
Everything you need.
Yeah, everything you need.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. All in all, you've had some great experiences out on the Ebro, and will you continue to come?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We come, like I say, 4 or 5 times a year, all the way through the winter. You know, sometimes it's a real struggle in the winter, but never ever blanked, never. So
that's brilliant. So thank you for your time, Scott. Anyway, so we better get those rods back. I'll get a bit more bait on and perhaps get the kettle on, I think.
That's it.
As day 4 dawned, we knew that we'd have to make another move. So we got our rods out for the final time and set off to look for a new place. It wasn't long finding a new place. In fact, as the sun slowly set, we moved literally 500-600 yards down the bank, round the corner and into a smaller tidal bay right next to the dam wall. And as dusk fell and into the night, we were into some fish. Eddie was the first to get a bite, and so we catch up with the action now as we take on the fish further downriver.
It's a welcome one tonight. First of a few with a bit of luck. So don't know if we'll put the scales on him or just put him straight back.
There you go, first fish, Ebro Dreams, chased them all up and down the river, middle of the winter, never blanked. There you go.
There you go, first fish of the session. Snowman, 60 yards out, 40 foot deep. Easy done. Nose, 20 pounder.
Here we go then, we start again amongst a few fish now on the Ebro. That's the first one of me. Had a couple of takes last night, unfortunately lost those. But finally been rewarded this morning. The old CR1 doing the damage. I think we're going to get it from back, get a bit more bait now because I think we're on the fish. We'll have a good day today.
Well, from filming to being filmed in quick succession. Not in the bag yet. Got the same spot as Ethan's fishing. On the mark, thanks to Paul whizzing them out late last night, so we can get a bit of bait around them. But yeah, so the action's starting to come now. After hunting and searching.
That's it, game over.
Boom! There we are, as I said, straight from filming Ethan with his fish. We were all walking back to have a cuppa and this one tore off. Same spot, as I said, Ethan's on. We put a bit of bait out yesterday on the marker. An absolute torrid fight, to be honest. And when you've had liners all night long, you just want to get them in the net. But some superb netting, didn't buddy it in. What an absolute stunner. As I said, Ebro Fishing Dreams. Getting on the fish now, and we're, over the moon. Everyone's catching along the line. So hopefully a lot more of this throughout the next couple of days. Happy days to slip her back and get on with the filming.
About half hour ago. on a tiger nut, imitation tiger nut with a strawberry pop up. Bowed them out with a drop-off rig with a rock. Seems to have worked. Haven't landed it yet, mind.
There we go, boys. First carp today, Wild 8 River Ebro. Low 20. That's what it's all about.
There we go, there's another one. As you can see, it's pitch black. They're still coming thick and fast here. Again, over the baited spot. Doing well, all the boys still catching. Dropped a bit cold again last night though, dived into the sleeping bag early doors, but yeah, we're still catching. Happy days. Let's keep them going.
I thought what we'd do very quickly is just go through the rigs and the lead system that they're using on the Ebro. Not a lot different from what you'd use in the UK. It's a stepped up hooks really, because obviously you're fighting them in sort of treacherous conditions really. We have found quite a bit of snags. So the lead system that Ethan will show you and the rig that I show you do reflect on why we're fishing, how we're fishing really. So if you even quickly want to go through how you're fishing the lead.
Yeah, no problem. So basically we got a little bit of downfall leader. That's basically just to rub against any of the snags. There's quite a few snags out in the river. So that's just to protect the main line. And then also we got a leg clip with just the lead lightly pushed on, again for the snag reasons. So that leg can just quickly eject if the fish becomes snagged. And then just a standard leg clip, just to dump that lead.
As I said, when we're saying dumping the lead, we've had 6 fish or 7 fish between us, and I think we dumped on 2 fish when it was necessary. So it's not like we're just picking them fish up and they're dropping the lead. It is
absolutely,
it's a functional purpose.
And it's a big heavy lead as well, so it's like 6 ounces just to hold bottom here in the river. So you don't want to be towing the fish around with a big heavy lead and in a snag as well. So it's just a bit of safety really.
There we are, and then the rig just reflects sort of the bottom we're fishing on. On the different places we were fishing on, it was sort of a lot muddier, sandier. But where we are now is a rockier, harder bottom. So what we've done is got a 12-inch sort of hook link. No stripping on this, is actually coated hook link all the way through. Size 4 gripper hooks, as I said, step up those hooks because we want to nail them and hold them on. And obviously you don't know what you're going to pick up. You know the next thing that picks up your rig could be a 60-pounder. And then we've got snowman set up on the strip back hair, sort of 2-inch hair, so as it would roll over, you can imagine it would sit just on top of the hook. And that's just basically a 60mm bottom bait and then a 60mm pop-up cork dust cut in half on the CR1. And that's what's done the fish for us really. Nothing technical, there's no need to put swivels and rings and oops and dangly bits all over it. And as I said, just the anti-tangle sleeve to kick over the top. And that's it. Make sure obviously it doesn't tangle. We say we've had like 2 tangles I think, but we can see it, because we're casting far out, you can see as it hits the clip that it's all going in nice and straight. And that's the rigs that have done the damage really, so nothing over the top, nothing needed.
Well, that's a ripper out of the blue. Just having her afternoon siesta. And she's absolutely screamed off. Hopefully the wild fish to be honest with you. I think it's weather's up, there's a bit of drizzle. It's screwed them off. There we go, that's a bit better one. Probably a mid-20 this one. Again, same rod. Seems to be the same rod as doing all the damage we at the moment. Must be a little feature out there, someone saying in the background. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. Get in.
There we are, number 2 for me. Same spot again, surprise, surprise, as here we are getting close to the marker. Probably going to tickle over 20 pound this one. Really spirited fight, stayed really deep and stayed out of the way. But as I said, the colour on these are absolutely stunning. The clearer water, really picking up the colours of them. So yeah, happy days. March on. The weather is starting to throw a bit of a span in the works. But when you're catching carp, we'll give the monkeys, I say. Yeah, absolutely buzzing. Let's get this bad boy back in and get the rods back on the mark. Catch you soon.
As you can see, it's absolutely piddling down, but the fish keep coming. That's another one. Just about to get a tea on the go, and this one interrupted our burgers. They're still coming thick and fast. Anyway, better get this one back and have some dinner, I think.
There we are then, last fish of the session. It's been a fantastic week down here with Ebro Fishing Dreams on the mighty River Ebro. Big thanks to Paul, mate. Thanks for having us.
More than welcome, boys.
But as I say, we'll definitely be back again. As I say, we chased them all over the river system. There's a lot of water to try and track these bad boys down. But with Paul and Mark's fantastic guidance we got on the fish. This beautiful, beautiful last one going over 20 pounds belongs to Dell behind us. But Scott's got the honours on holding this one. But it's been a fantastic adventure and certainly something we'll be definitely coming back to do. As this video closes out, all stay tuned because all the links will be coming on how to get yourselves out here to fish with Paul and the guys at Ebro Fishing Dreams. So we'll catch you on the next adventure.